live and we on camera. All right. Make sure everything's good. All right. All right. Shalom to the brother Ash. Shalom.
He was already on there. I was like, oh,
yeah, he already posted like he.
Shalom.
Make sure everything's good. All right.
All right. Shalom, Yahawah. Shalom. Shalom, Yahawah. Shalom. All right, so before we get started, as always, we're going to face the east. All right. Shema, Yahawah, Yahawah, AHLAHAYANAWA, YAHAWAH RATAZA. Shema, Yahawah, Yahawah, AHLAHAYANAWA, YAHAWAH RATAZA. Shema, Yahawah, Yahawah, AHLAHAYANAWA, YAHAWAH RATAZA. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Bahashem QADASH, HALALYAMLA, ABADDON, AHLAHAYANAWA, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, Bahashem QADASH, Sebastimaya. All right, so what the brother ELNUIM and I had said in the Hebrew tongue was, "Hear, O Israel, our God Yahawah." Hear, O Israel, Yahawah, our God, Yahawah is one. Bless you, Yahawah. Bless you, Yahawashai. In the name of the Holy Spirit, we said both of these 3 times. Okay? And then we said all praises to our Father, our God, Yahawah, in the name, Yahawashai, in the name, the Holy Spirit, which is in heaven. All right, double honors. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Much respect to the sincere Akim for our labor and work. Shalom. To you believers, to the Akim wa Afa, which be you brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who subscribe to the truth. And as always, THAWADAH Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Giving thanks to our power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, for the Holy Spirit, which gives us the understanding of the scriptures in the Bible, and to have faith in the true name of our power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, Bahashem QADASH. So our Ratazah, that today's lesson is edifying through the strength and power of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, Bahashem QADASH. All right, I'm your brother Mafia, got the brother ELNUIM with me, representing warriors for YAHAWASHI, Pasadena, Texas. All right, so we're going into, in the news, we got 2 topics. We're going to go over what's currently going on in the land of Moab, which is the biblical nationality for the so-called Chinese. What's going on over there is going to eventually happen over here in Babylon, which is America, right? But even worse. And the brother came across 2 articles that's very informative. Something related to that M part in your forehead. And another article. We're gonna start with the Moab one. All right. It's three short clips. We can play all 3 of them, and then we're going to just get the scriptures, man. Let the scriptures speak for itself. 1, 2, 3. I think this say, yeah, okay, start with this one.
70,000 person C0V1D Quarantine camp being built in Guangzhou. Remember, the government has shown they can flick a QR code status to positive anytime. For anybody still think this is about preventing spread.
In Ezra, chapter 15, verses 46 through 49, ready? You'll read it in the King James Version, then I'll get it in the Good News Translation. All right, I'm going to get the other video. Chapter 15, verses 46 through 49. Woe to you, Asia. I think it starts off like that in the King James Version. I'm going to get these 2 other clips real quick, and then we're going to get the scriptures.
要这么暴力啊？就说句话的时间就不行吗？
All right, so you still there, man. Now over there in the land of Moab, the so-called Chinese, now they got their I'm gonna say their the white suit people, all right, out there enforcing their people to get the jabba jabba, all right, the hookah juice, all right, and then we're gonna play this last one.
都你给我发窝了都许子说话了，说到啥时候了？是还等我下一个。哎呦我操了，这家伙都你给我发窝了都许子说话了，说到啥时候了？是还等我下一个。哎呦我操了，这家伙都你给我发窝了都许子说话了，说到啥时候了？
All right, so you saw this, man.
All right, 3 videos of what's currently going on in Atlanta, Moab, and there's a lot of videos. Oh yeah, what's going on in Moab, right? But the 3 I got there is to show, is to pretty much be like a witness to show that yo, there's a lot going on in Moab, right? So-called Chinese, all right? The Moab fight, right? You got the white people forcing their people to get the same thing. It's so bad that there was an article in there how like they made one of their women like the women out there grabbed her by the arm, bent her over, and put it and pretty much test her from her rectum. Oh yeah, all right. They actually go into people's houses, with force, physical force, making people get that same thing. Then you got their people. Then you got the uprising going on out there. They're fighting against those that supposed to be their government. Is even to the point where now they're now burning some of the concentration camps out there. Okay, all right. Land of Moab, the so-called Chinese, is pretty much a foreshadow of what is soon going to take place in America, which is known as Babylon in the Bible. All right, so we're going to get the scripture now.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 46 through 49. Verse 46. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art thy glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her, that hated in all her works and invitations. Therefore, saith the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
Right, so verse 49, this is definitely going to happen to the land of Moab, but this is also going to happen to America, because Moab is imitating that whore, which is America. So a lot of people here in America is going to experience verse 49 as well too, worldwide, but especially in America too. Lucky, I said G and T version, but I meant the CEP version. All right, the Common English Bible, what the brothers read, it says, "You Asia, you who share in Babylon, right, America's splendor and the glory of the mask it wears. How terrible it will be for you, wretched one, because you have become like Babylon, aka America, right? It says, you dress up your daughters for sexual immorality to please and take pride in your lovers who have always lusted for you. You have imitated that repulsive one, and all her work, and devices. Says, therefore, the Most High says, I will send disasters upon you, widowhood. So a lot of women are not going to have a head. A lot of their newly husbands, their husbands, right? Those supposed to be their head. Their head protection are going to die. Okay. Let's see. Poverty. Let's see. It says, I will send disasters upon you, widowhood, poverty, hunger, sword, and disease to desolate your houses, to bring you to devastation and death. All right, so, if you actually look at, the way how things are run in the land of Moab, right? The Moabites, so-called Chinese, right? A lot of their men are very feminine, just like a lot of the men here in America, feminine. A lot of their women picked up the ways of the majority of women here, being harlots, not being traditional anymore, right? A very common thing that a lot of the people here, like the ways of Babylon, has caused other nations to pick up is the whole fitness gym industry thing, right? You got a lot of guys and women that like to expose themselves now. They want to be fitness Instagram models, and they want to show the world how short their shorts are, how tight the leggings are, how little their crop tops are. All right, expose themselves, prostituting themselves, man. They picked up that way from over here, man. All right, a lot of women are no longer traditional. A lot of them are dressing damn near naked, being whores. They got OnlyFans and shit. A lot of their men over there are sodomites. Right? If I'm mistaken, I think they came up with a law to where that over there in China they can no longer air like TV shows and stuff like that shows men being feminine as hell. All right, it's pretty much a law where like the men got to be austere now. You can't be soft as hell. All right, because if they start waking up and realizing that America is causing them to hurl. Okay, and not only that, you see what's going on with the whole hokey shit, the FEMA camp and everything. All right, that's them imitating the plan, the agenda that America has, man. All right, so that's going to happen over here too. All right.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14 through 19. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation.
All right, so I'm going to get that in a Good News Translation. All right, so I'm going to get that in a Good News Translation, what the brother ELNUIM read. It says the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. And what's that war that's very near? World War III popping off. All right, Civil War. There's war everywhere, but definitely that third war that's coming quickly. All right, that's going to destroy a lot of people, especially here in America. All right. It says nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations, right? And in verse 15 it says with swords in their hands, right? So the modern day sword would be the gun, okay? But then at some point, mind you, it's a famine that's going to be upon the land of the great beneficence, which is America, right? A lack, right? So it's going to be a lack of live rounds, ammo. So now people want to actually use like swords, katanas, battle axes, homemade melee weapons, deadly weapons that requires to kill someone up close. A smiter, pretty much, right? Smiter, a smiting weapon, yeah. So I'm gonna get that again, verse 15. It says, "The war that will bring the destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations." It says, "There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control, while ignoring the legitimate government." All right, so that's that suspicion among men. All right, so that's you can think of civil war, race wars, riot wars, war everywhere. All right, pretty much the people are no longer taking into consideration of those that's supposed to be in leadership. All right. It says there was political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. Verse 17. There will no longer be free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. So over in the land of Moab, the so-called Chinese, in order for the people to have, let's say, access to go to another city, they gotta be up to date with the credentials required, right? If I'm mistaken, their QR code, when it's scanned by the drone, it's supposed to come back green, meaning that you're good, you can go. But if it doesn't come back green, pretty much you have been denied access to go to the next city. All right, go to the next city to leave the current city. All right, that's a man's child desire to go to the city, but you'll not be able to. But that's going to happen in America. Another lockdown is coming, and this upcoming lockdown is going to be much more draconian, meaning much more harsh, much more strict. Okay. And here in Babylon, they may, speaking as a man, they may, right? They may have the lockdown be run through what they call martial law. They're going to use warlike law to control the movement in the streets. Okay, who gets to come in and out? All right. Verse 19, driven by famine, by lack of goods, right? Hunger, starvation, right? And terrible suffering, tribulation, right? People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. So because of the lack of bread, because of this lack of everything, especially food, water, medicine, baby products, and etc. Right? All right. And for great suffering, people are going to start robbing each other. People are going to start rioting stores. Okay. There's already articles going out how that the lawlessness is increasing because there's not enough law enforcers to enforce laws. And a lot of people are just looting different businesses, causing businesses to shut down. All right. Yeah. So that's
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1 through 4. Verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee from before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
So the men of the Lord, right? The men of Yahawah Yahawashi, especially the prophets, right? The servants of prophets of Yahawah Yahawashi are able to let our people know, right? The people in general, right? Like where we are, like a rough estimate of where we are and where we at in prophecy, right? To like we measure the time diligently by filtering scriptures. Okay, the scriptures, the prophecy, the Bible will give us a rough estimate of where we're at in prophecy. It's like a measuring stick. Prophecy is like a measuring stick, for example. It's like the measuring stick we use for land nav, right? You know, it kind of gives you like a grid point of where you're at on the map, or like where to go next, right? So like let's say for example, whenever the brothers would come across like news articles, videos, you know, stuff that's going on around the world, right? Through the spirit, right? Through the spirit of Yahawah Hashem QADASH, right? The spirit would jump onto the brother, and certain precepts, certain scriptures will come to my life. Okay. You know, you start putting precepts together, certain scriptures together, but for this news article or news articles, and it'll give you like a rough estimate, like okay, now I have an idea, a general idea of where we're at in at the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Mashiach. Okay, and one of the signs that the brother read was earthquake and uproars of the people. You got a lot of that going on right now as we speak all throughout the world, right? Earthquakes in diverse places, right? You got violent shaking in many parts of the world being recorded from the smallest number to like to the largest, right? Violent shaking. You got tempest, right? Not too long ago, there was a very deadly tornado storm that hit somewhere. I didn't get much into it, but brothers that did lessons on already. There was a deadly tornado. I think there was an earthquake that was so bad that it caused a tsunami somewhere. It just, the earthquakes.
Two volcanoes erupted too.
Yep. Two volcanoes erupted
Simultaneously at the same time.
Yep. And then while that's happening, you got the uproars of the people. You got people protesting and publicly expressing how they feel towards their legitimate government, whether it's in a passive way or in a very aggressive manner, like in Atlanta, Moab, right? People Moab by the so-called Chinese. It's a public, it's an uproar, right? The people are publicly expressing how they feel in a very violent way. They're fighting against them. That's tradition among men, not regarding kings and princes. Okay,
they're taking matters into their own hands.
And that's how we know that we're in the very time where Yahawah is visiting the earth that he made. All right, through the signs, through prophecy. Okay, all right.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 8 through 11. Thus saith the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, because that Moab and Sarai, and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen.
Right, so Moab, right, is talking about the so-called Chinese, that whole nation, right? And say the house of Judah would be the so-called Negro, right? The so-called black, so-called African American, right? Or the so-called black Hebrew Israelite, right? No, talking about the tribe of Judah, okay? All right, the very head tribe of our nation, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Yahawah. Okay, all right, you got it.
Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from the city, from his cities, which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, Beth Jesh, Shima, and Baal Meon, and Kariathayim, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites, and will give them in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations.
So the Ammonites are the so-called Japanese. Okay.
And I will execute judgment upon Moab, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahawah.
So that's why that nation is going through what they're going through. All right, because they're being visited by our power too for how they treated us. Okay, especially the head tribe, right? The tribe of Judah, the tribe of Yahawah, the so-called Negroes, the so-called blacks. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna get that NLT version right quick. All right, so in the NLT version, right? It says here, it says message to Moab. That's what that section is titled as, which be the so-called Chinese. This is what the sovereign Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi says, because the people of Moab, the so-called Chinese, right, have said that Judah, so-called blacks, is just like all the other nations. I will open up their eastern flank and wipe out their glorious frontier town, Beth Jeshimo, Baal Meon, and Kariathayim, Lucky, I'll not pronounce it. It says, and I will hand Moab over to nomads from the eastern desert, just as I handed over Ammon, the so-called Japanese, right? Yes, the Ammonites will no longer be counted among the nations. In the same way, I will bring judgment on the Moabites, right? I will bring my judgment down on the Moabites. Then they will know that I am Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. So Moabites, so-called Chinese, you're not excluded from judgment. You and your whole nation are going to be slaves to the kingdom. You also fit Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth to captivity shall go to captivity. Your wives go into captivity too, your whole nation, men, women, and children. All right, and we're gonna be taking a lot of your women as concubines. This is how a lot of the men over there are taking out women right now. All right, the script is gonna flip, bro. All right. That's a priceless 300. That should sound like a fucking SRT. Bro.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 70. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 70 to 76. Verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi.
All right, so it says in every place they go. I'll wait. It's Friday night, so you know how people behave on Friday night, especially in America. It says a great insurrection, right? That word insurrection, a violent uprising against an authority or government. So who are going to be the next governors? Because when you keep reading, it says upon those that fear the Lord. So the elect are those that fears Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, right? And the elect are being groomed. They're being prepared to be the next governors upon all nations, upon mankind itself, everything, right? So it's going to be a violent uprising against the elect, against the house of David, all right? And for the few sisters out there too, because you believe in Yahawah Shai, you fear Yahawah Shai, so there's going to be a violent uprising against you too, because you're going to be one of the wives of the elect men that are the next future and forever governor. Okay, so you're going to have people that's going to be against you too. All right.
Verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi.
So like madmen, so like crazy, psycho. So the scripture says in Matthew 24 and 12, where it says, behold, iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, a lot of people love going wax cold, especially towards those that fears Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. All right.
Verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
So there are going to be some of those that fears Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, that may have to experience that, being physically grabbed out of your crib, in front of your wife, in front of your fruit, right? Your son, your daughter, or if brothers got multiple fruits, right? You're all going to be cast out of your houses by these bad men, right? By these cycles, right? By the EU troops, the damn robots, robocops and shit. Who knows? Who exactly is going to come to your place of dwelling as a man and take you out of your crib? All right. And then while that's happening, right, it says they're going to take away their goods and cast them out of the house. So whatever you have that's considered to be useful for the troops, they're going to take it. They're going to take it for them. Food, water, medicine, whatever you have that can be useful for the troops, they're going to take it, man. And it could be, your wife could be part of that spoil. They're going to take your wife, man. All right, it could happen. That's why brothers gotta be prepared for that, man. You never know, man. Your wife may get taken away from you, but hey, Yahawah is going to bless you with multiple wives and better. All right, so let's say for the brothers out there, you got a woman, she's giving you a hard fucking time, right? She being a demon, like a straight demon, giving you headaches,
being a pillar of stress, not a pillar of rest.
Not letting you be able to do your job for Yahawah Yahawashi fully with peace of mind, right? Our power may take away from you when the troops come in like a flood and start grabbing people out. They may take out the spoil you and ravage the ass, man. All right, or she may be somebody's meal on the plate because cannibalism is coming again. All right, buddy.
Hear, O ye, my beloved, saith the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from this day. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts. Saith the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
So when that time comes, all right, it's going to be known who Yahawah Yahawashi is really dealing with. Right? Because it may be that very time, that very moment, like it mentions in the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19. How when the enemy start coming like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall lift up a standard against them. All right, brothers going to receive that spiritual power. They're going to be endowed with power from on high, from the heavens, from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, to be able to actually fight the enemies off, man. All right, to be able to fly away from danger, to fly to the fight, teleport out from danger, teleport to the fight. All right,
conceal yourself. Walk in the midst of your damn enemy, man.
Yep, pretty much turn invisible. Go Harry Potter on the ass, man. All right?
Yeah.
You got your garment on. Your garment is like a blanket to turn you invisible. Oh, yeah. All right, but yeah, you know that's so when that the time will come where it's going to be that big separation. All right, it's going to be known like, okay, these are the very men that Yahweh knows that's still for the word in called God and His Christ. Right? But my it says what? It says in the days of trouble that Yahweh is going to deliver you. Right? He's going to deliver you. You gotta believe in that. All right, constantly hoping that, but also believe in that. All right, you gotta hope, but you gotta be hope that you be delivered. Right? Hope to be delivered, but and also believe. Because it says doubt not, right? It says need of doubt. So don't doubt. You gotta believe like, hey, Yahweh is going to take care of you. All right, you know. You got to pray to our power and pretty much bring it back to his remembrance in your prayer, right? When you're begging, that's what praying goes into, begging, and you're putting, even though our power already knows, but he's trying to see if you're going to actually, you know, if you're actually going to put the scriptures into play. You're going to put it into Yahawah Yahawashi's memory, like, hey, Abba Yahawah Yahawah, remember you said this according to the scripture, my servants shall eat, but they shall be hungry. Then you said this, Abba Yahawah Yahawah, that those who serve you with fear and trembling stand true, that you're gonna deliver them out of trouble. Deliver out of trouble. Right? Deliver us from evil. And boom, you know, our Father's gonna make a way for you. All right. And then it says here too, and the God of them will keep my commandments and precepts. All right, you got a lot of people in the truth that claim to be teachers, but they're not keeping the precepts correctly. They don't even read precepts. They just they read the book as if like for example, the wacky tacky Christians. They don't read the Bible precept upon precept, line upon line, little here, little there, paraphrase. They literally read the book as if like it's any other book. They start from the very beginning, Genesis, all the way to Revelation.
They read it like it's a novel, man.
Yeah, yep. All right.
And the fact that they read it like a novel, they only take the sweet. They don't take the bitter part. But that just goes to show you, man, that these wacky tacky Christians, bro, in the name, man, they wacky and tacky, man. They don't got the whole truth. They don't got the whole understanding.
Scripture says to eat the whole roll. They eat the whole thing. Don't just take the sweet part. No, eat the bitter too.
Right? Hey, Apostle Paul said that too, man. I have not shunned the whole counsel of the Most High. You know, I give you both bitter and sweet, no matter how you feel.
Eat the bitter part of the scripture, like for example, those who refuse to repent our power are going to fucking die. All right, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, American Indians, if you refuse to repent, our power is going to kill you at. The scripture says that to go on the highways and hedges and compel them, right? Compel them. So pretty much we're going to threaten you with the scriptures. We're going to tell you that, hey, according to the scripture, this is what Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi said. If for the Israelites who don't repent, right, are going to perish. Like for example, second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 9 to 12, a perfect example. Those who despise the laws of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi are pretty much going to dwell in torment. They shall know the death by pain. All right, because you refuse to believe, you refuse to come back. Another example we could throw out at you is the book of second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 4. Matter of fact, 3 and 4, right? Let not the imaginations of them and the incredulity trouble thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithful, right? The unbelievers.
See what the brother's saying? There's a pattern, right? A lot of death. That's easily we can bring upon our people, man. The so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Indians. Man.
You know what's another bitter part of the scripture that Christians don't read out? That Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is known by his judgment. He's not known by his love. He's known by his judgment.
So that's a straight cut. A lot of wacky tacky Christians think that God is all love. He's coming down to hold hands with everybody. Oh man.
If he's all love, then why the hell 2/3 of our nation are going to perish and die? That's more than 50% of our nation.
And why also does it say, you know, y'all believe that God loved everybody, but it says that he hates Esau. Who Esau, man?
The white man.
So does he love everybody?
No. The man, women, and children, the so-called white people, man, women, and children. All right.
Yep. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12, and jumping down to verse 17. Verse 12, therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So that devil is talking about a person. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Right? Amalek, small hat, the 49. Right? They're about to come down with that great wrath because they know they got a short time left for rulership. For an example, they're already, San Francisco are now having the okay to have their robots to use deadly force upon who, to be exactly? Black people, colored people. Talking about the Israelites, man. All right? That great wrath is going to be done in a way of deadly force. All right, it's going to be done in a way of Esau, Edom, so-called white man, actually showing that this very day he still has that perpetual hatred towards Jacob, the whole nation. All right, perpetual, a forever, a never-ending, emotion towards somebody or something, man. All right, but yeah.
Verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman.
And that dragon is talking about a person again. Esau, Edom. All right, so-called white man, the red man. All right, and that woman is talking about the nation of Israel, YAHAWAH, the so-called black, Hispanics, Latinos, and American Indians. All right, because our nation is likened unto a commonly delicate woman, child power. All right,
and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of YAHAWASHI HAMASHIach.
So there's only a remnant, 1/3, that's sincerely keeping the commandments of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, and then within that remnant, you got a very, very small number that has the testimony of YAHAWASHI HAMASHIach, which is what? The spirit of prophecy. The spirit to tell you what's going to happen before it happens. So that's who that devil in verse 12 really wants to come down with great wrath on. Yeah, he's going to come down with great wrath upon our whole nation, because Esau, Edom, the wicked, is known as being the sword of our power. King David mentioned that in the book of Psalms, how to deliver us from the wicked, which is thy sword, paraphrasing. All right. So a great portion of our nation are going to die by Esau, Edom, right? And who the Amalek, the Rothschild family, really has an evil eye for? The remnant of her seed. Those that's trying to keep the commandments of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI in the best of their ability, especially those that has the testimony of YAHAWASHI HAMASHIach, the spirit of prophecy. All right, which will consist of men only. Because that's what, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what testimony comes from, right? Testimony. All right, so you got to be a man, a Hebrew Israelite man, to have the spirit of prophecy. All right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. For none of those things which thou shalt suffer, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
So this is Yahawashi speaking, right? Who the world, it calls Jesus Christ, right? The true Messiah, Yahawashi, right? He's putting us on game. He's giving us sound wisdom, like, hey, some of you are going to be cast into the FEMA camp. Some of you are going to be cast into prison. All right? Some of you are going to be cast into such places, and you're going to have tribulation for a complete number of days. Right? We don't know how long, but each brother, and hey, maybe some sisters in there too, right? You're going to have a tribulation at such place for a certain amount of days. And if it happens to be that you have to be faithful unto death, like you're going to have to die for this truth, hey, guess what? Yahweh Shah is going to give you the crown of life. All right, you won. You got this W already. All right. We're gonna get one more scripture for this topic, and we're gonna go on to the other topic.
The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 9 and 11. Verse 9. But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to council, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. But when they shall lead you and deliver you up, take no thought beforehand what ye shall speak, neither do ye premeditate, but whatsoever shall be given you in that hour, that speak ye, for it is not ye that speak, but the QADASH, the Holy Spirit.
Shalom to the brother Yawana. Shalom, Yahawah Barakatah.
Shalom, Yahawah Barakatah.
So, so if you happen to be those believers, those who fear Yahawah outside, speaking for myself first and foremost, right? Having to be cast into prison, right? All right. We're gonna be beaten. We're gonna be tried. That's gonna be part of the tribulation for 10 days, right? Not exactly 10 days. We don't know how long exactly. Like in Revelation 2 and 10, the brother read, right? That tribulation that you're gonna have when you're cast into prison, you're gonna be beaten. You're gonna be treated wrong. You're gonna be persecuted. Okay? You're gonna be subject onto hostility and ill treatment for you being what? A Hebrew Israelite, your race, a Hebrew Israelite, and your religious belief, this doctrine, doing the will of Yahawah Shai. You're gonna be beaten for that, treated wrongly. Okay? You're gonna be reviled. All right? It's gonna get physical, it's gonna get ugly. All right, but Yahweh Shai said what in Revelation 2 and 10? Be faithful unto death, and I shall give you the crown of life. All right? All right. And then also in Mark 13, verse 9 and 11, let's say you find yourself being transported to the synagogues, to the FEMA camp, right? All right. Don't premeditate on what to say. Don't start putting together precepts in your mind and like, okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to this fucking Edomite. All right. We got me sitting down. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it this way. You know what? I'm gonna say it in Hebrew instead. Right? No, don't premeditate a scenery. All right. Just go with the flow, pretty much. Let Yahweh Shai take the wheel. All right. Literally. All right. And then it's going to be given to you exactly what to say, what Yahawah Bahasham Shai wants to be said. And we don't know exactly how that's going to be done, right? But you can possibly throw some examples like your imagination, right? Yahweh Shai may use you as a megaphone, and now whoever is interrogating you is being spoken to by Yahweh Shai himself directly. Yeah, we don't know exactly going to be done, but you're gonna know though. You're gonna know it's like, okay, this is what Yahweh Shai wants me to say. So I'm gonna say it. We got it.
All right, so we're gonna move on, Akim. Right? We'll grab this. Bear with me, Slakia. Okay, Khan. All right, so this is there's two of the same article, I guess. It's all going into the same thing, right? That brain corruption, right? It says Elon Musk says Neuralink brain implant is nearing human trials, right? I'm gonna read some of the information that's actually on the article itself. Bear with me real quick while I get it. Okay, gone. So it says Elon Musk says his brain computer interface, the BCI, computer Neuralink, is almost ready to start human trials, possibly by the middle of 2023. At an event that appeared to another recruitment drive, the Neuralink, Musk, chief of Tesla, SpaceX, and owner of Twitter, said the BCI startup could put one of its devices in a person's head in 6 months' time, meaning at some point in 2023. So literally, he got this damn that BCI, right? That brain computer chip interface for your damn brain, man. That C-hip for your damn brain, right? And a lot of people are going to be deceived by this because, basically because this next article, man, right? Okay, it says Neuralink has an amazing monkey writing words and sentences with just his brain. With just his brain, right? Now, to the outside looking in, of course, that sounds cool, right? That makes you think you got some sort of fucking power. Yeah. Makes you believe, like, oh, you got some sort of power. You can, if you want to, type sentences or text somebody on your phone, all you got to do is think about it and it happens, right? It basically manifests itself on your damn phone, right? It says Neuralink, the strange and somewhat vague brainchild of Elon Musk, is holding an event that the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and Twitter is calling a show and tell. The unveiling of the latest accomplishment in the company's brain link initiative has been anticipated for some time. The basics of the Neuralink are reported action potential of neurons in the brain that is done by placing the electrodes close enough to the synapse of two neurons in the brain and taking record of the electrical impulse. So basically what they do is they're recording the functionality of the brain. So whatever part of your brain is being stimulated when you want to go like this, lift your arm up, that's what's being recorded on that chip. Whenever you want to take a step, it's being recorded. It documents what neurons are stimulated that allows your brain to know, I want to move this, do it. I want to move this, do it. I want to run. Anything that you do, right? You want to turn around. Right? Anything that involves movement, right? Your brain receives an electromagnetic, like current that passes through it that allows you to fucking move certain body parts, right? It's like your body is talking to your brain and your brain allows your body to do it. It's like, I want to move my arm. Okay, do it. But it's just, we do it so subconsciously, like without thinking that we just do it, right? We don't have to worry about it. But what they're doing is they're mimicking, right? They're making it, they're making a fool's chip to actually allow people to be able to use this, right? So when people can't walk, right, they'll be able to walk because this chip is telling them to walk. Not because they're thinking about walking, it's because they're being told to walk. So you're not in control. They are. And they're going to have the records and the diagnostics and all the things that are recorded on that chip on this person, man. But a lot of our people are going to be deceived by that, man. And the fact that they're doing this with the monkey, right? This monkey is typing messages and sentences with just its mind. It's playing video games with its mind. Literally. This just goes to show you, man, like a lot of these, technologies that are coming out on the left-hand side, a lot of our people are going to be deceived by that shit. Especially if you're like some sort of combat veteran, you got paralyzed, or you're in a car accident and you got paralyzed, you're going to want to walk, right? So, of course, especially if it's our people, right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, right, y'all going to be like, oh, shit, I might as well, because that's a miracle. It's a miracle I can walk again, right? But in all reality, it's destruction. It's destruction for you, man, because you relied on Esau Edom, and you said that Esau Edom is your God. You rather have him be your power and have him allow you to walk now.
That Neuralink is a bad disturber, pretty much.
Yeah, all right, because you're not in control. He is. That's why he has that God complex, man. He wants your ass to sit down and stop fucking doing some shit so you can listen to him. He can shut that brain chip right off. And a good example is that movie Upgrade, man.
Upgrade, Implanted. Yep. Man, that one was getting fucked up by the AI. That was
yeah, I'm telling you. In both movies, man, an AI was controlling, man. They can hear it in their mind. The AI speaking to them. How much more so this damn Neuralink? They might not know that there's probably some sort of, AI fucking voice that they're going to be hearing in their mind, right? But it could be to the point where, it's really subtle, and they just think it's their mind doing it. But we're gonna bring out the scriptures, to prove all things. God. The book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
That lets you know how wicked Esau Edom is, man. Edomite. All right. To the eyes of the people, they think that what Elon Musk is doing is a tender mercy unto the beast. But no, man, that's fucked up, man. You guys torturing that animal even more, man. Now that animal is probably got to get caught up in a lake of fire because of your ass, man. All right. Right in the NLT version, it says the godly care for their animals, but the wicked are always cruel. That's the cruel. That's the cruel act from Elon Musk, right? That's cruel as hell, man. That's fucked up what he's doing. Let the monkey be, man.
That's not the first monkey experiment, man. They use many monkeys.
You want to test this shit on a living being? Do it to your own fucking people, man. All right, do it to those motherfuckers. All right. Then again, Spirit jumped onto to such wicked individuals to do that. Because that nigga gonna get his judgment real soon. All right.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Literally. So literally, we're not ignorant of his devices, man. His plots, his schemes. Right? People are going to be fooled by that because they think it's a miracle that certain things are happening with that chip, right? You're going to be able to move certain body parts because the chip is allowing you to reconnect that severed part in your brain to be able to move again, right? But we're not ignorant of his devices, man, because that is wicked, man. You're not supposed to be cutting upon the flesh and inserting anything in your mind or in your hand, right? Pertaining to the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verses 14 to 18, if I'm not mistaken. So this just goes to show you, man, that chip, that seed is literally meant for destruction, man. It's not meant for people to get this and be okay. A lot of people are going to be deceived by that, man.
Right in Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Second Corinthians chapter 2. Right? It says, these Satan shall get advantage of us. So it's talking about a person here. This person is like you go into the word Satan, the book of the Bible, it also goes into a Satan-like man. So Esau Edom is the physical counterpart of spiritual Satan. Okay? All right? Satan himself, his job is to plot against, right? To cause you to err, to deceive you. Okay? All right? He's that at worst, someone who's constantly plotting against someone, scheme, trick, deceitful, smooth word, right? And Esau Edom, that same like man comes with that same energy. And like the verse said, devices, right? In 2 Corinthians 2:11, right? A device, plans, trick. And the blue of the Bible also goes into an evil purpose. So the elect are not going to be deceived by that same like man, right? We're not going to be deceived of his evil purpose. And what's the evil purpose? Try, which he's not going to do it, he's not going to fulfill it, but try to fulfill his so-called new world order.
Yep. That's pertaining to that damn that executive order, where it was for the Internet of Bodies, man. He's trying to merge the human body with technology. He's trying to be able to track and geolocate your exact carbon footprint 24/7, man, so he can truly potentially act as a god, man. I know what this person is doing. I know what they're doing. I know what they're buying. Oh, they're not supposed to have that, or they're spending too much of this. Cut their money. You know, let this person that's fucking walking with that brain chip, it looks like they're doing something, you know, bad. Cut their shit off. Have him sit down. Like he's gonna literally act like he's a damn god, man. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 8 through 10. And then shall the wicked be revealed, who the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, but they might be saved.
Right. So in verse 9, right, it says even him, and that him the brother just read in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. These Satan shall get advantage of us, right? Right? Even him, Esau Edom, that same like man, right? It says whose coming is after the working of Satan, of spiritual Satan, right? The spirit power of spiritual Satan. And working also goes into I'm mistaken in Greek, it goes into energia, something along that line. Like it sounds like energy. So Esau Edom is coming in the spirit, right? He's coming like likened unto spiritual Satan. And what does spiritual Satan does? He plots against someone, okay? To cause them to err, to cause them to fall short, to commit iniquity, okay? All right, to have them to go against YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, right?
We're going to grab those MOTV scriptures, man. The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 14 through 18. Verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Right? And did we not talk about how a lot of our people are going to be deceived because they're talking about how they're recording the fucking what's being stimulated in the brain when somebody that is able-bodied to move, right? What parts of the brain are being stimulated for them to do this? They're recording it, right, on a chip, right? And they're actually going to be able to put it in somebody for them to fucking actually go do these things that they used to do if they couldn't before, right? So pretty much, people are going to be deceived by Satan's devices, right? By his technology, by his technology, pretty much, okay? All right, on the left-hand side, what they like to call it in the name of science, which is wicked as hell, all right? Which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you're not familiar with FEMA's color list, right? The red list, blue list, yellow, and etc. Right? And the red list, you know, you're pretty much considered as a threat, right? Especially if you're someone who's a public speaker. This other category here, but someone who speaks against Esau Edom's evil purpose that goes contrary to the doctrine, exactly, right? Whistleblowers, but especially who? Those who has the testimony of YAHAWASHI Mashiach, right? The book of Revelation, chapter 4, verse 17. All right, the spirit of prophet, right? The prophets are out here literally exposing, revealing everything about Amalek, revealing what's going on in their secret council, right? So they're really going to try to kill us, man. All right, because the scripture goes into how that there were men who were beheaded because they did not take the Barabba and did not worship the beast and his image. All right, so it's going to come to a time where people are going to die because they spoke against the RAWCHAA, the elite agenda, exposing them from the prophet all the way down to like a whistleblower, someone on the inside. All right, even those who take heed to us, who watch our lessons and be edified by it, right? Even those who take heed to whistleblowers as well too. All right. Verse 16. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the stain, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So if you take the time to actually read that, to understand it, that clearly shows that is a form of payment. Just how right now, right, you're able to have access to you're able to buy and sell, right? You're still able to have a business with the current form of payment, right? You can still buy and sell with cash still at the moment. Some places still take coins, dimes, nickels, pennies, quarters, the dollar coins, 50-cent coins, right? All right, $2 bills, right? They still take it. I ain't gonna lie, $2 bills. If you had one, you felt like you was lucky as hell. Yeah. But right, debit cards, credit cards, right? You're still able to buy and sell, right? But in order to continue to do that, you're going to need that end art, right? That charagma or charagma, right? Which goes into a thing inserted. And this thing to be inserted in you, it requires you to be cut open, okay? To be cut open, which is going against the law, which in Leviticus says, thou shalt not make any cuttings in the flesh
upon thy flesh, right? Right? So, and that word for ragam, right? A scratch or etching, i.e., stamp, a badge of servitude. You being a servant, pretty much a slave unto Amalek, the RAWCHAA family, the small hat, the G ill. Nice spell ill W, right? So the J ill ISH. Okay, those people, right? All right. They're going to be your oppressor. They're going to have complete possession over you. Mind you, it's much deeper than just being able to buy and sell and to perform those miracles on the left hand side, right? It's much deeper than that. It's you being a complete slave unto YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Block it. You being a slave unto the enemy, Amalek. Okay? Alright? These fucking devils may use that shit against me. They're gonna do some editing on this shit and try to fuck me over with that. But again, Salakia, you take that charagma, you have failed the ultimate trial pretty much. You failed the final exam. Okay? Alright? You failed the final exam, and also the charagma that R5IP is idolatrous image, right? Right. So if you take that charagma, especially as a Hebrew Israelite, you take that charagma, you are anti-Yahawah Hamashiach. Okay.
So you don't want to be a part of it. You don't want no smoke for Yahawah Bahashaam. For you to fucking take that chip, right? That C-hit, that type to be contrary to what Yahawah Bahashaam Yahawashi said, right? Which is not taking, right? You're gonna get these judgments that we're gonna read. Got it. Okay. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 8 through 12. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive the mark in his forehead or his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into a cup of his indignation, and the same shall be and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. They have no rest day nor night, whoever worship the beast and his image, and whoever receiveth the mark of his name.
Back. Oh God. So like an old young man. But so those who take the charagma that are R5IP, right? Their judgment is going to be tormented in that lake of fire, which is going to be done by that nuclear thermal destruction from the missiles, from them arrows, man. All right, from them ICBMs and nukes that's going to be shot and land on America and cause this place to be utterly destroyed, all the elements thereof. And who is part of the elements that's going to get burnt up? People. Okay? Those who took the charagma, those who supported was down with Amalek's New World Order. All right? All right, you're gonna be tormented, you're gonna die, and it's gonna be done in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb. The Lamb is Yahawashi, who the world calls Jesus Christ, and the holy angels, and the elect. Right? And so, it's gonna be done right before their eyes, man. All right.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 1 and 2, and 8 through 11. Verse 1 and 2. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels Go your ways and pour out the vial of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image.
So those who has already taken that charagma, you felt the ultimate trial rate. You fucked. There's no place for repentance, right? And those who are going to take it eventually, especially during the hour of temptation, right? The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10, right? The hour of temptation that shall come upon the whole world to try them, right? When that charagma is mandatory for you to be able to buy and sell, right? To still be a part of the society, right? Those who take that charagma, you're going to receive noisome and grievous swords. You're going to receive terrible and painful swords. It's going to look very hideous, very terrible, and it's going to be painful. It's going to look like exactly how it feels. We don't know exactly how it's going to look like, but we can give some like possible examples you can meditate on to put fear in you, so you don't take it RAWCHAA. Think of like, you having damaged nerve tissues falling off of you, right? You got very big unpopped blisters filled with pus and blood, all kinds of shit in all over your body. You're looking like the damn clickers from fucking The Last of Us. You're looking like Resident Evil zombie. You're looking hit badly. You look like you just mutated. You like some shit from Resident Evil. We don't know, but it says noisome, right? Meaning terrible. It's going to be very hideous. It's going to be bad. And then you got those who charagma up, got different classes of the big fuck nose. They got that shit mixed all over and shit.
Whatever upgrade that came with the class.
Yeah. You got classes with the upgrades of the classes. Damn, you fuck. You still have these looking like lickitung and Pokemon and shit out there.
Yeah.
You got it.
Verse 8 through 11. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of the Most High, which hath power over these plagues. And they repented not to give him glory. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness. And they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the Most High of heaven, because of their pain and their sores, and repented not of their deeds.
On like the speaker, it will sound, apparently it's pronounced as Camastillo. So when you go to Camastillo, it goes into to burn with me. Also, it goes into to be tortured by intense heat. So that intense heat that people are going to be tormented by for taking that charagma, the R-15B is going to be from that thermonuclear fire, man. That thermonuclear destruction. Okay? And then the chariots, the so-called UFOs, right? The chariots of YAHAWASHI are going to add more fire to it too. To add more to your Camastillo. To add more of that pain and torment. Woo! All right?
Oh man.
Woo!
Then talk about getting out. Shit.
We're gonna be getting out. I swear.
You're gonna be doing shit.
La caliente, ay.
For real.
Siempre.
You're gonna be needy.
Oh, damn, in the beginning, the prophet told me, man.
That was the last one. The book of Revelation, chapter 19, and verse 20. And the beast, him, the false prophet.
And him with the false prophet. For example, IUIC saying that, yeah, now they're agreeing after changing their doctrine on the MOTV like more than 3 times, right? But what they're saying is that you should repent. Where there's scripture saying that don't take the Quran, this is the judgment for taking it. Okay?
That wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive in the lake of fire burning with brimstone.
Typical Ragma, and those who are falsely prophesying, who are lying about what the Quran, and you don't. Let me slow down a bit because I caught myself slipping out the Quran. Let me slow down. Those who took the Quran, you won't get tormented. Don't come see it.
Point blank to the point.
The false prophets that is lying about what the Quran is, if you don't repent sincerely to YAHAWAH Shai, own up to your mistake, and now begin to teach the truth about the Quran, hey, may YAHAWAH Shai have mercy upon you. For those who are lying about what the Quran is, and you don't repent, which the door of mercy is like fastly coming to a shut, you're going to be those false prophets that's going to be cast alive in that fire and brimstone. You're going to be coming still alive. Okay?
Right? Like that scripture, it says, Lord, Lord. We're not, cast out devils in our name. And the Lord's just going to say, hey, depart from me, workers of iniquity. I never knew you. Ooh, you don't want that, man.
That's like one of the most scariest scriptures in the Bible. Speaking as a man, you catching pure hell, you need help, and you call out the name YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and YAHAWASHI is telling you, I don't. You gonna call that?
Okay. Right. Exactly. No one. Oh yeah.
We got one more topic. I think we got like 2 scriptures.
Yeah.
And then close out.
We'll get straight to the point with it, but it's let's see if it'll come on. Okay, con. All right, it says dozens of cattle have been slaughtered in Colorado by a mystery creature that left no tracks. Right? And I also want to grab this video for you guys so you can see that we're not talking shit.
That walks on floors like that.
Oh yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Nah, bro.
You want to know exactly what the hell I'm talking about.
I'm gonna show you guys one more time, right? Then we'll go into it real quick. You better get the fuck out of here. Don't get there.
Carter, I'm checking.
For real, bro. Hey, but you still there, man.
Hell
No, that's not this fuck.
I'm just fucking around. I'm just playing around, man.
Oh,
man.
shit.
You got it.
Hey, but you saw it there, man. That article, man, they're saying that dozens of cattle were killed in Colorado, man. Right, by a mysterious creature that left no tracks. in that video, you saw this creature that was tall as hell. It still looked like it was running on all fours, man. So this just goes to show you, man, we're in that where a lot of reported sightings of strange apparitions and monstrous apparitions are being recorded, man. Now a lot of people are fucking filming this, you know, like, yo, like, what am I looking at? What the hell is this? You know, it's either it's like, you know, they're looking at it, but it's like they're dismayed. They can't believe what they're looking at, right? And we can multiple videos of what of these strange apparitions, monstrous apparitions, all these damn recorded sightings, right? A lot of the people that speak in these videos, they're terrified. They're like, yo, what the hell is this? Like the one we brought out most recently, which was the one with the head. It looked like there was eyes glowing in the damn woods in Australia. And
that little thing's like this.
Yeah. And you can see it like moving, like it looks like it's trying to see like something. I don't know. You can see, man, we're in that time where these damn monstrous and strange apparitions are out there, and they're actually starting to slowly but surely manifest themselves to the world, man.
Also, newly created creatures.
Newly created.
That no man has ever seen before.
Hey, we're gonna stop talking, man. We're gonna get the scripture.
God.
The scriptures speak loud and clear. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, verse 15 through 19. But for the foolish vices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived, they worship serpents void of reason, and vile beasts. Thou didst send a multitude unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance. Right, so this is just going into, you know, worshiping false, you know, false God, right? Or how you call false images, right? So someone worshiping like a damn serpent, for example, how they say here, or a beast, like a bull, right? How they do over here, like Baal. Yeah, Baal. Yeah. Graven image, right? So it says,
like an example, the Hamites, they like to worship an actual fucking cow.
Yep.
Well, ass. Literally.
But it says serpents void of reason, right? They have no mortal comprehension to fucking be able to doing or saying. They have no reason, right? And same thing with the vile beast, right? So whatever you were worshiping, right, was given unto you as a sin, right? And this goes into it, verse 16, that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. Literally, so whatever you was worshiping, that sin, right? If it's not YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI that you worshiping, right? That sin that you committed, you about to be visited a millionfold with that same sin.
Like for example, the book of Isaiah, chapter 4. The paraphrase, he would use the delusion that fears against you. So power may use, you know, what you was worshiping to be used as a fear and a delusion against you. All right.
Verse 17. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, what did not mean to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, shooting horrible sparks out of their eyes, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, so the trouble sight utterly destroyed them. So literally, they're ultimately killed by the sight of the beast, of the newly created creature. Back then, how much more so now when these creatures, right, newly created creatures start, man,
You're going to have creatures that's going to be on some bright burn shit too.
literally.
Shoot beams out of their eyes. Probably shoot fire coming out of their mouth. Hey, man. We may see some dragons out here.
They're mine, by the way.
We may see some dragons out here. Shooting horrible sparks out of their eyes while shooting fire out their mouth.
Damn.
There's newly created creatures in general that's going to have that divine power too. That's going to shoot rays of light out of their eyes, man. Concentrated heat vision. That's going. They're going to be Star Wars and people out with their eyes and shit.
Sure, and it's not going to be no regular concentrated fire. That's going to be divine concentrated fire.
Smoke, they nose, their mouth.
Yep.
Burping like belching like smoke coming out like this.
Those belchings, man, that's something scary, man. You hear when a lion, yeah, when it starts to belch, you can hear how deep and scary that shit sounds. How much more so a damn newly created creature? That's something you never heard or seen before.
Some of these creatures are going to have a certain scent, certain smell about them.
Oh, you're just gonna know, like, oh, something ain't right. Something don't smell right. Something smell evil as hell. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 3 through 6. For while they suppose to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions.
So people are going to be haunted by like ghost-like figures, man. In that video that the brother played, it looked like a ghost version of that four-legged robot from Star Wars, that big shit. That's what it looked like a little bit, like the damn silhouette. But you're gonna have creatures, strange apparitions. That's those you're gonna be seeing like spirits, like phantoms, shadow mans, etc. Man. All right, got it.
Verse 4. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of water falling down sounded about them. Visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances.
So, if I'm mistaken, the Good News translation goes into people were afraid by horrible noises, terrifying noises, even like the sounds of water was putting that fear into people. And they were being haunted by grim ghosts with gloomy faces appearing. All right. So to think of the most terrifying, gloomy, terrifying ghost-looking face for the thoughts to think of, but even beyond that, like times more of Yahawah Shai is going to ghost really look people. All right. You will see what a spirit looks like. People.
And not even holding yourself, putting your back against the wall in the corner, even kept them from fear, man. They thought that they could put their backs against the wall to have something sturdy to hold them, right? To keep them from being, afraid. But not even that fucking helped. They were still scared. And even just simple as water falling down was making them fucking, petrified, man.
Like for an example, right? You know how did this movie Joanna brought out in the lesson we did? How like for example, we have brought out Isaiah 6:64, and he brought out an example how like I think the movie Conjuring, there was scenes where you see like a lot of hands pushing through the wall. So let's say for example, right? For example, you're trying to run away, right? From a strange apparition, you got your back on like in the corner, right? And out of nowhere, strange apparition just pretty much like bends through the walls and hug your ass from the back. It just sucks you in. Grab you and hug you and fuck you, man. You got your back against the wall, you safe, but you got a whole entity that just hug you through the wall, and now you're stuck.
You're gonna try to like close your eyes, but even when you close them, you can still see. Damn! Woo! You're gonna be staring at you like, what are you looking at? Look at me. Be scared.
Hey man, the Hebrews 10:31 is heavy, man.
Hell yeah, man.
The people think to fall to the hands of the living power. Yahawah Bahashaam, man. And Yahawah is known as what? Al-Shadia, demon-like almighty power. He's known by his judgment, man. All right. He our power, Yahawah Bahashaam, It's going to make it known why he is worthy to be feared. Woo!
Verse 5. No power of the fire might either could the bright flame of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night.
So, mind you, this is the plague of darkness that happened in Egypt. I think, if I'm mistaken, it took that darkness that maybe felt in chapter 10 in Exodus, around like the 20th, like first area. I think like it said, it happened like for 3 nights, right? So, this what pretty much happened during that time in Egypt, that plague of darkness. The Egyptians were being haunted by strange apparitions. Again, it was so dark that no amount of fire was able to project light to penetrate through that darkness, so people can see, so the Egyptians can see. And since it's going to modern day Egypt, the modern day bondage for the Hebrew Israelites, was a big bulk of us is here. America. America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? So and this is one of the plagues that's going to happen to Egypt again, which is America. The plague of darkness. We see strange apparitions out here. It may be so dark out here that when you light a candle on, penetrate through. You may not even be able to see the fire coming out of the torch of your lighter, even the spark.
Yep, spark.
Right? You may have a flashlight, and you won't even know if the battery is working or not because the light is not penetrating through the damn flashlight, through the lamp. Man, it's gonna be that dark, that thick.
Verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the thing which they saw to be worse than the sight that they saw not.
Now, it's like the previous verse where it says how even the brilliant light of the stars and the moon, like that, this includes light. Yeah. Right. So, right, it may be it's so dark, right? That dark is so thick that not even the luminaries, the light that the stars supposed to give at night, the light that the moon supposed to give at night, and the light that the sun's supposed to give. You may not know if it's daylight or nighttime. It's gonna be that dark. Damn.
Yeah. That's that fourth dimensional darkness.
Yeah. It's like you're asleep or you're awake.
You're gonna feel like you're not even alive. Like you're just gonna know that you're in the darkness. Like what the fuck? That's scary as hell.
And it was so bad during that plague of darkness that the things that they actually saw, the things that the Egyptians were actually being haunted by, what they was actually seeing, was much worse than the things that pretty much with their minds was like like it was much worse than what they were thinking of. Reality was much worse than their imagination. The truth, reality was much stranger than fiction, right? And that's what happened again with a much greater scale. I probably will show out.
Jumping down to verse 14 through 16. Verse 14. But they, sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted, their hearts failing them, for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them. So that whosoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison with iron bars.
So not only the Egyptians were being terrorized by strange apparitions, but also monstrous apparitions.
Like that thing that was running in that video.
Yep.
Probably worse.
But worse, that that thing, that video, it looks more transparent. You kind of see through it.
Yep.
A monstrous apparition is more like an actual, like it's more physical. It actually has a body. This is an actual spirit, an evil spirit inside that body. It's an actual monster, right? It's something very hideous. gruesome to look at. Even malformed, different body parts that's abnormally bigger or shorter than others. It was looking crazy as shit.
That's why that in Wisdom of Solomon 11, right? It goes into that just the sight alone utterly destroyed them. Yeah? So them looking at these newly created creatures, these monstrous apparitions, right? These strange apparitions, it was so complex and intricate that their minds couldn't comprehend how much fear that they had, that they just died instantly just from looking at it.
And those who didn't die, they pretty much became a prisoner in their own mind because of the level of fear. They were pretty much locked in a prison without bars. Your mind, man. That's
fucking coma.
That's like the worst prison you can be at, is being a prisoner of your own mind. Woo.
Hey, that was what all the articles we had, and these are all the scriptures we had, man. YAHAWAH RATAZA, you guys were fed, man. The lesson was edifying.
All right, so we're going to close out by giving them much due, all praises, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM QADASH.
double honor
Double honor
to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Much due respect to the sincere Akim who are labor and work. And Shalom.
Shalom.
To you believers, to the Akim wa Aqua, which will be your brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who subscribe to the truth. And as always,
DTA ABADDON Kwam Yasharala.
Right? DTA, Death to America, Kwam, Rise, Yashar Allah, Prince of the Power. All right? So pretty much the rise of the house of David. All right?
Shalom.
It's the Wada for the Akim, for the precept. YAHAWAH bless you and your whole household. All right? Shalom.
Shalom, Lakim. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.